Fortune cookies say.
You're listening to the Epic Fail Podcast.
Hello, this is episode 6 of Epic Fail. I am Draven Dresden, and yeah, that's who I am. As per usual with us, from where the snow comes from, so we don't like her much right now. We have Scharlett.
Oh, Canada. Sorry.
You're supposed to like me. It's not snowing.
We just got more snow here, so I don't want to hear about it anymore.
Well, that's your fault. I didn't snow. I didn't make it snow for you.
Let it snow, let it snow.
I knew it was coming.
Oh, I gotta.
Actually,
Yeah.
we had like little white flakes
Yeah.
today. We were all like, no, stop snowing.
Yeah, do not ask where that voice came from. I don't know either. And somewhere out in the Midwest, we've also got Lat.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my.
Grumpy cat. Lat.
Goody.
Grumpy cat. There are two kinds of people in this world, and I hate both of them.
I didn't do anything.
Grumpy cat has no remorse.
I think it has nothing to do with Grumpy Cat, but that reminded me of two T-shirts I used to own and have since lost. The first one was, there are 10 kinds of people in this world, those that know binary and those that don't.
Yeah.
And then the other one is, there are 3 kinds of people, those that can count and those that can't.
Both of those are good.
Yeah. Those are two of my favorite shirts that I no longer own because I can't find them.
Maybe we'll get lucky and I'll do another grumpy cat at the end.
I
was
don't-
Oh.
I'm not sure that you would count that as lucky.
I say
well.
do it.
Well.
Alright, so once again, the fourth co-host, however you want to look at it, is MIA. We literally, within the last hour or so, found out he decided to step back for a bit, and real life issues, having to get up early on Saturday morning.
Boo-hoo.
We record Friday nights. So Pansy Vlad is not able to be with us for a while. There's no hard feelings, so when he decides to come back, we will throw sticks at him and be like, unclean, unclean, and then be like, oh, okay.
I guess I can't harass him too much because, man, it's a late show for me too, and sometimes I get a little zombified towards the end, but...
Yeah, that's why I try to keep it to about an hour if possible.
Yeah, we failed that the first few times, but that's okay.
Actually, we've only failed it once, and that was the first episode, and we had twice, but the second one was some tech issues in the middle.
Yeah. That first episode, man, that was like almost, 2 hours dang near? Yeah.
About an hour 40, yeah. And we had some tech issues there, one of which we didn't know about until after, but, it happens.
Look, I don't know where you come from, but where I come from, an hour 40 is almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I was just being slightly more specific.
Whatever.
Alright, anyway. Warcraft news, token, while not live, they did announce a price. $20, which is a few bucks more than the current sub fee.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm actually fine with it because you're not factoring in the automation that they had to add in to make this possible. The fact that it's going straight to the auction house and all that.
And it's not you who is using it. It's someone
Yeah.
else.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So,
I mean,
you're paying $20 and you're going to get whatever gold.
it just took a lot of people by surprise. I think
Well,
everybody just assumed that it was going to be the same as a month subscription.
honestly, I assumed it was probably going to be 20-25.
Really? Well, hey.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a seer. What can I say?
Oh, well, you know. But my question to you two, how much gold are you willing to pay for this? For a
None,
month?
because I'm broke.
Okay, let's say you have gold and you decide you're going to, instead of pay dollars for WoW, you're going to use in-game gold.
Use gold.
How much?
So, man, because yeah, I mean, you have to think that the people who are just stupid wealthy in game are going to be the ones taking advantage of this.
Mhm.
And people that have it down to an art, you have to think about how much gold they could actually generate in a month of game time. I think it's going to shock people with how high it's going to be at the start. Initially, I was saying, maybe like 10 or 12K or something. I think it's going to be like closer to 25 or 30.
I think if you take the TCG loot card pets, one that equals about $10 sells for about 10K. The pet that used to be $10 that they removed off the thing is like 20K now, and that's you can't get that anymore. So I think the game time will be probably 25 to 30. Yeah, pretty much that.
And I'm going to outbid both of you, and I'm saying you're not going to see it below 30K.
Man, if that happens, I'm gonna dump like $200 right off the bat before the market crashes.
Well, honestly, I'm thinking the market's going to be crashed at the start, and it's going to take some time to fix it.
I don't know. I think like the first week that they come out, I think the price is gonna be just stupid high before it reaches an equilibrium.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm thinking first couple days anyway, it's going to be probably close to 50 because they're not going to know what to put it at. And then when only the multiple gold cap people buy them, so what, 20, 25 people? Probably more than that, but
Yeah, come on now. Like
Yeah.
what, 2025 on Airy Peak maybe.
yeah, per server. Yeah, they're going to be the only ones buying it because they're going to be the only ones that have tons of gold. People like
Yep.
Roe, he could afford 50K, no problem. He makes that in a week. I mean, I could do 50K. I'm not going to.
You also got to factor in that right now there's a lot of gold floating around. Like
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not really floating.
garrisons.
Gold isn't in-game gold, and it has been for a while, is one of those weird things where if you have a ton of it, it's easy to get more of it. It's that
Yep.
it's that
The rich get richer.
yeah, pretty much like real life, but that's another topic altogether, nothing to do with us. But you got well, I'll just use Airy Peak. We probably got, I'll say 75 gold cap people. Not characters, people, players that are at gold cap or higher. And now by higher I mean multiple tunes with gold cap or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
So they are sitting on their gold. That gold is not floating out there. It is just sitting there. It's not the only time something like, in my case, I'm not gold capped, but I have a little bit.
I'm gonna show you how not gold capped I am. I don't even know what the gold cap for a character is.
Straight nines, 2 commas. I think it's
So
like
999,000.
Yeah, I think it's 1 copper shy of $1 million for a character. Now, guilds can hold more. That being said, I have a nice chunk of change. I'm not gold capped or anything like that, but if something came up on the black market auction house, which I hardly ever check anymore because I don't like where it's at.
It's at an awkward spot.
Yeah, it's at a horrible area. I liked it better when it was near a town where you could literally just fly over a mountain and check it.
Yep.
But if something comes up, let's say I bought a month or two of Wild Time, well, there goes that gold, which I can make back, not a problem. But I won't have it right there whenever. Holy crap, invincible! Bid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the garrisons have made so much money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right now, I just log on and do my garrison stuff and then log out, and I make a good 3 to 4K between just 2 garrisons.
Yeah. I'm
Imagine if I had more.
I'm to the point where I have my in on 3 characters out of my 400s. And the only reason I don't have it on all 4 is because I'm actually trying to get an achievement on the other one, so it goes to my, account total. But I am doing my follower recruit thing, and I'm hunting treasure hunters. Now, my paladin, my main, is capped out at 25, and then way more than that. So in order for me to level up a new one, I have to deactivate a item level 675 follower, because all of my active ones that can have it are 675 now. And then quite a few of my not active ones too, for that matter now. But so in order to level these treasure hunters, I have to deactivate one. So I'm looking, okay, well, I can get rid of this one, this one, this one, this one. Like, I got 2 more I can do, and then I will have, a pretty nice selection of treasure hunters. Like, I had one mission earlier, it gave me 900 gold, and that was with 1 treasure hunter only.
Nice.
Yeah. So if I can get the right combo with, let's say, 3 treasure hunters, kaboom!
Yep.
That's a ton of gold. That being said, I'm still not gonna. I mean, if it's 20, 30k gold, I might do the token, but it's not gonna drop below that. And even if it does, it doesn't matter, because the way Blizzard set it up, if it's selling for 50k when you put it up, you get 50k, no matter what it actually sells for.
Which makes me wonder, didn't they say that it's not going to generate money out of thin air? Like, how are they going to fulfill that?
I'm thinking what they're thinking is it's going to start higher, and eventually it's going to drop down lower, so that extra money at the beginning is what's going to basically cause the end whenever they think it might pop back up, which I don't think it will. I'm thinking the opening price is going to be 50 to 75, and it's going to pretty much plateau at 50.
I'm in agreement with that.
Yeah.
I'll just lowball you a little bit. I think it's going to kind of equal out in the 20 to 25 range after maybe a month.
I don't think it's going to get that low, because if it's going to sell for that low, no one's going to buy new ones. Because
That's valid.
That's not worth it to the people buying it. I know for me, I wouldn't bother.
Well, I mean, that just depends on the amount of expendable income that you have,
Yeah. But still, that's... Okay.
I don't know. That's an interesting thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I like the idea of this token. The implementation, I think, is going to be flawed. But then again, I remember Diablo's real money auction house and how well that went.
I put a lot of hours into that.
Yeah. You made a lot more money out of it than I did, I can tell you that.
I made money on it, and I worked for PayPal, so I worked with the PayPal side coding on it too.
Nice.
I did. I made a good chunk of change. That was good times.
I tried, but nothing. I got a big zilch. I didn't buy anything off of it either because I refused.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. But yeah, the way the loot system there worked, yeah. But that's another game entirely. Back to WoW. Blackhand opened up this week on LFR. Did either of you guys try it?
Nope.
I'm will
terrified.
be tomorrow.
But I heard it's kind of face roll, so.
Well, I actually did go in. I went in on Wednesday because Tuesday I was busy. We got there, and the tanks, or whoever it was, there was a mage in my particular case, pulled the little mini boss ahead of Blackhand, while 3/4 of the group were on the bridge eating food.
So the door closed them.
Yes, and as you know, because we've actually been to Blackhand, the door closes behind it and there's fire everywhere and all that.
Yay.
Yeah, it's fun. You have to have your entire group inside the door, otherwise they get locked out. They can't take any damage out there, minus there's one ability that pulses that can get targeted on those people, but other than that, that's not a big deal. And on LFR, it's a joke anyway.
Yeah.
So we wiped, the group inside wiped, and they're like, what the heck, why didn't you guys come in? I was like, because the door locked in front of us because we weren't pulling yet. So take 2, same thing happened. People were sitting down eating, and I saw what was going to happen because I saw one guy running up while people were eating. I back up out of the room because I don't need the repair bill, and let them wipe again. 3rd time's a charm. We all got in. They figured it out. Not a problem. We get the Blackhand, and we had a DK tank, and this is why people still think DK tanks suck. Just ran straight at the boss. Didn't even stop. There was no discussion of, okay, this is something that actually needs to happen for this fight, because there will be a point where this will become an issue. No. And I wasn't even talking going into huge detail. Just, quick cliff notes would have been great. 30 seconds, 1 minute, going over, okay, this is how this works. No, he just ran in. And 5 people ran in, literally. So we had 6 people, both tanks, 2 healers, and 2 DPS were the only ones who made it in before the gate came up, or down, whichever way. And they were really good healers because people stayed up a really long time. But yeah, wipe. Got a stack. Same thing. And I'm like, I think he's intentionally trying to get stacks. On it, and that's what I put it in /say. I think he's trying to get stacks just to make it easier. The other tank left because he's like, screw this group. We got a new tank, and finally we're like, okay, just calm down. And I honestly, nothing against these people, those people, however you want to phrase it. He was from the server Ragnaros, which is not English speaking, we'll put it that way. So he's typing in Spanish, and luckily there was another person there who could do both, because I can't speak Spanish. So we went over, I was like, okay, this is what you need to do, blah, 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 real quick. We got to phase 2, and you don't even need to put the spikes at that big tank, the siege tank. People can burn it down, no problem, and the missile thingy doesn't hurt hardly at all. It does like half your health. Get to phase 3. Oh yeah, and while you do get knocked up into the terrace area, it's a joke. This stuff doesn't hit hardly at all, and the phase doesn't last long enough anyway. Get down to phase 3 with the molten rock area, and he does a big hammer smash. We nearly ran out of room, even with a decent DPS still alive.
Huh.
But once we actually pulled with a quote-unquote strat, 1 shot. Admittedly, yes, we had 2 stacks of the debuff, but still.
So it would be possible for a normal group to go in and one-shot it.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. We probably would have one-shot it if the tank wouldn't have been just running in. But as long as people pay attention and kind of do mechanics, it's not a hard fight on LFR at all. I mean, Chromag was harder on LFR. Until people figured out, oh, we can't actually do this. So yeah, it's I won't go so far as to say it's a joke. Well, I did that in the show notes, but it's definitely not a difficult fight as long as you pay attention.
That's my plan for this weekend, is to get some LFR done.
And I got 27 elemental runes out of him. So that's nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I think that was the low end, because someone said they got like 30. And then, You get it for the quest. You get it. You can pick up his hand and take it to Khadgar. Quotes, air quotes around Khadgar.
Why?
Why? Because everything we have done under Khadgar's tutelage has helped Gul'dan. Every single step that we have done has helped Gul'dan.
I haven't noticed that. I need to pay attention more.
It's like, hey, go take out these people. Oh, well, Gul'dan just got stronger because his mentor is down dead. His rivals are now dead. And, oh, now he's rising in power. And while he's kind of a bumbling idiot from what we see, he's actually gaining momentum.
That makes the story interesting.
Yes. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot of WoW news. There were some patch notes that came out for yesterday. Nothing, I mean, there's nothing hugely major out of them. One of them that I remember is Shadow Meld will now actually drop combat if you're in combat in an arena.
Oh, that's good. That major change.
Well, it was always supposed to.
I know,
just,
but it didn't do it.
Yeah, it was just broke. Legendary questline had a couple fixes. The box from Iron Maidens will actually now pop up for you after Iron Maidens is defeated, and you can't, and it's off to the side. You can't loot it prior to the fight, which is what a lot of us had done prior to then. And then for Grona, sometimes she didn't do what she was supposed to on her little mission that you do after you complete the runes, and they fixed that.
Does anybody have the legendary follower yet?
I'm hoping to get exceedingly lucky with drops next week, but I don't yet. If I get, let's see, there's 10 bosses. I usually average 9 per boss, and then 27. I'll just use that as a number. I'd have to look. If I get a couple runes out of my garrison, I should be able to do it next week.
Cool.
Yeah. I know some people that have already completed it, obviously, but yeah.
I have not. I've just been not well focused at all.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's understandable. You said you got a new job and all that.
Yep.
I'm nowhere near it. It's the downside of having like 3 or 4 tunes that you're raiding on and splitting time. I really behind.
Yeah. My mage is in the low 700s now. My paladin is just somewhere in the 800s, like 883, I think. My DK is around 500, and my warlock, which is my most recent 100, is still on the high mall items.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a long way to go on that one.
Yeah. But, you know, it's one of those things. People are going to start leveling alts eventually, and I might level another one eventually too. But I'm not going to focus on the legendary ring on most of them, which is the same thing I did in Mist with the cloak. I think I ended up with six cloaks. Characters. So.
I think I had 4 cloaks on my tunes.
Well, I mean, my paladin had all 3, but I'm not counting that because I went out and bought them because they look different, and I didn't know what I would end up doing for a while because my raid team. I got whispers, hey, can you do this? I was like, I can try to put together a set of gear, and I figured I can buy this. I might as well. All right. Do you guys have anything else WoW related?
Olivia's new job.
No.
Yeah, okay, fine. We can mention that. Congrats to Olivia Grace.
Yay!
Yes.
She went from for me anyway, this is the progression I saw. Who? To, oh, cool, that chick on Legendary. To, okay, she works at ZAM for Wowhead. To, oh, wow, she works at Blizzard.
Yay! I want to work at Blizzard. I'll be the best. Anything.
Yeah.
I just want to work at Blizzard.
As much as I would like to, I have to be the realist that I am, and I don't think I have the skill set required for most of the jobs there.
I can do the customer service part.
Yeah, I could be a
Probably GM.
Yeah, I could be a CM, a GM, you know, that kind of thing. But in terms of the actual computer side of it, I know I don't have the skill set.
Well, no, I don't have the computer side either, but I'll do customer service.
Yeah. All right, so congrats to her. Much luck. May your esports reign be long and hearty.
Mm-hmm.
But that right there tells me they're actually going to start taking esports somewhat seriously.
Yep.
Yes.
Especially in WoW, because that's what she's hired for, the WoW esports.
Oh, can I tell something cool? Not quite Blizzard related, but cool. Esports related.
Well, sure.
I just found out that some of the esports tournaments are hosted at theaters, and one of my new coworkers is going to the theater to watch a League of Legends tournament happen live on the big screen, as in it's being broadcasted there, which I think is really cool. So hopefully they will do that for Hearthstone one day.
I don't know about Hearthstone, but I do know, I don't remember which game. I'm pretty sure it's WoW Arenas and stuff. It might be StarCraft, though. Or even Heroes. But apparently someone announced that they're going to have esports over on ESPN.
Really?
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't, as much as I want to see it succeed, I don't see that over on ESPN working.
I would get cable to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, in terms of like tournaments and stuff, I will tune into the WoW Arena tournaments every now and then, depending on, you know, who's hosting it and who's in it.
Right.
Because without a good commentator, people, it doesn't matter how exciting the match is, it sucks. StarCraft, definitely. I check them out. I watch those more than any other game. But that's just me. But yeah.
I watch Hearthstone a lot on like esports and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tournaments right now.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, I'll watch some of them when they get closer to BlizzCon, just so I can get a feel for the people that are going to be at BlizzCon. But otherwise, I generally don't care. But speaking of Hearthstone, holy crap, something weird happened this week.
Go ahead.
So these two players, and I didn't go into a whole lot of research detail to figure out how this happened. So if you did, Scharlett, feel free to add this in after I get done. Some guy figured out how to basically a continuous stream of arcane missiles on a mage tune character person thing, and it lasted for a grand total of 45 hours. One turn. He literally, after he got started, he got up, he left his stream going with a clock and a timer thing, and I mean, he went out, did real life stuff, went to bed, checked on it, went, you know, did other stuff, and for basically 2 days it ran. One turn.
That's not ridiculous at all.
No, not at all.
They basically played a game with Lore Walker Cho, so they had multiple spells in their hand.
I am Lo Walker Cho.
And then they they used Velen, which doubles the healing and spell power. No. Doubles the healing and damage or spell power or something. But then they Velen chosen him repeatedly, like 10 times. And then they like faceless manipulated him, plus had duplicates out.
Yeah, it was like a full row of 7 of them.
Yeah, there were so many.
Yeah.
But that's basically what they did, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of, like, my Twitter feed was blowing up with it, so I actually went over and checked it out for about 20 seconds, and literally all it is the arcane missile animation over and over and over, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. You're at 9 hours now. Cool. Next. And then I, found out 45 hours whenever they finished it up.
What was he hitting with arcane missiles for 40-something hours?
He killed way early on, but the turn does not end until the spells are done casting.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah. Do you remember what the total damage for that one turn was?
I can look it up. Let me.
Yeah. All right.
It was on Reddit.
Yeah.
I think the official amount is a metric F-ton.
Yeah. It was a lot. I think it was up to like 23,000 whenever I looked. But yeah, it was a ton.
Let's see. Oh, they had 206 copies of Velen's Chosen.
Yeah. Which is the plus
and
2.
And each
plus
card shot 26,752 missiles.
Okay, so we'll say 22,000 times 7. So, yeah, a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what you call, hey, here's a new dollar on Crater. It was a character, now it's a crater.
Yep.
Hearthstone also had a little bit more news. They announced the release date for the next adventure, Blackrock Mountain.
Yay!
April 2nd, which is a weird date, because if I remember correctly, that's a Wednesday. That's a Thursday.
That's actually when they released all... Well, they released all the other ones on a Wednesday at 3 a.m., so Thursday morning, basically.
Yeah. Well, everyone was expecting it to be on a regular release date. Like, I was expecting a Tuesday. But I'm glad it wasn't, because that's when the 31st is. That's StarCraft for me. Hopefully. But yeah, this is a Thursday, which is just weird for a game, anything game related on a Thursday.
Yeah.
But, whatever. They released some more cards. I didn't go into a lot of research on them. Some of them were cool. Some were like, anti-warlock deck. Cool, okay. And then just a couple hours ago, someone tweeted that the final card, which makes no sense because there's still like 12 to 15 left that they haven't revealed. But apparently the final card is going to be released, or not released, but revealed Monday, this upcoming Monday, so in a couple days, at 10 a.m. Pacific. Via Game House Cup 2. There's a deck spotlight for Mid-Range Hunter, which tells me it's probably a Hunter card.
Hunters.
I know. They don't.
Hunters are awesome. Thank you so much.
Some hunters are okay. But yeah, so Monday morning, or in my case, Monday afternoon, they're gonna release that. I will be at work for this, so I will see it on Twitter. Oh my god, this card! The only one I do remember off the top of my head is they revealed Nefarian this week, which is when you play it, his battle cry is you get 2 spells out of your opponent's class. So and they don't have to have it in their deck. It could be any card, any spell that they could have access to out of their class.
Nice.
And that's for anybody, or is that a class card?
That's an anybody, yeah.
Wow.
So if you're going up against a paladin, you could get a bubble or Blessing of Kings. If you're going up against a rogue, you could get poisons for your weapon, which most classes would find that useless, but that's not the point.
Oh! Speaking of useless and class cards, I saw something funny.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's this mage, and they used Unstable Portal,
Mm-hmm.
and they got Wind Speaker, which gives a minion Wind Fury, which means they can attack twice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Grom.
Oh god.
So, because Grom costs like 3 less, they had enough to play Grom, the one that's Wind Fury, because that becomes 0 mana because it's also 3 less, and then enrage their Grom by attacking him. And, yep. That's kind of cool.
Yep. 20 to the face right then and there.
Yep. It was, the video for it is hysterical.
Yeah, I was playing some Hearthstone this week, which I normally do pretty much every day or every other day just to keep up with the dailies, if nothing else. And I've actually been going back and doing Heroic Nax, some of the bosses I hadn't finished because I never went through that.
You never did Heroic Nax?
No.
I made it my goal to beat each boss on Heroic before I got the next wing.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I just went through, did Nax, okay, done. I'll get Heroic eventually. It is literally just a card back. There's no extra cards. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'm kind of bored. Made some decks. Most of them sucked. But eventually I did get through. I've got 4 bosses left, I believe. The last 4. So yeah. It's not a huge priority, just something I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I got up to, I think I was up to rank 13 at one point, but I'm like back down to 16 now, because, yeah, mech mages.
Mech mages.
Mech
I'm
mages suck.
playing a Hobgoblin deck right now. It's super fun. It doesn't win very much, but it's still really fun.
Yeah, my paladin deck is a Hobgoblin. I know that since you don't play it, you don't know. Hobgoblin, if you have a 1-attack minion after he's out, he will buff it by, 2 and 3 or 2 and 2?
2 and 2, so it'll
Yeah.
be a 3/3.
Well, a 3 something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there is the one taunt card is a 1/7, so he would be a 3/9, which is
Nice.
a nice little taunt card to have. But yeah, I mean, that's all the Hearthstone stuff I got.
It's a lot more than I have.
Oh,
The,
yeah.
well, the VIA Game Cup is going on. It was today, then tomorrow, then Sunday. Forsen is winning. Yay, Forsen! And Savitz, he was 3-1, so he was winning, and then he got beat. Oh no, he beat Colento as well, so never mind, he's also going strong, so yay.
So you got all excited with that one name.
Savitz or Forsen?
Yeah, Forsen.
Yeah.
Is he the person you were telling me about pre-show?
Yep.
The one you actually did something you've never done before?
I subscribed on Twitch.
I have not subscribed to anyone. There's some that I will watch. I follow a lot. But there's none of them out there that I watch regular enough and enjoy enough that I'm throwing money at.
To be fair, though, I subscribed and then I went in and did not repeat it. Because I don't feel like doing a repeat subscribe.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool to do it for a month.
Yeah, I mean, it's... You're enjoying the content. Apparently he's your go-to guy for Hearthstone, so throw him some money. That's not a problem. I got no problem
Yeah.
with that. But yeah,
He doesn't need.
uh,
He has some guy. He calls himself an Arabian prince, but this guy has donated like 12 grand to him.
Jeez.
wow.
And then this other guy, the 12 grand is like over like $100 here, $100
Yeah,
there, etc.
I didn't figure it was all at once.
This other guy, some random guy, just went in and donated $11,000.
Was this at once?
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
That takes a special level of stupid right there.
I wish I had that kind of money to throw around.
I know.
I know, right?
Now, I mean, while I don't think I'd ever go quite that high, I could see myself throwing a nice chunk at some content people that I've been following for years and years and be like, hey, I didn't ever subscribe to you guys, but I really enjoyed your content. Here's some money. If I had the money to do it, like if I ever won the lottery, I guarantee you I would do that. But 11 grand, probably not that much. I don't think I've enjoyed anyone's content for 11 grand.
I guess depends on what kind of wealth you have in that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's so many factors.
yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and your storytelling right there reminded me. Someone found a way. Now, keep in mind, this is client side, which means it only affects your computer. The other people will still see the regular stuff. Someone found a way to mod Hearthstone.
And what happens to it?
You can, like the little chat bubbles when you right-click yourself, you can have, sup bro instead of greetings, but he will still say, greetings and whatnot. You can alter the audio files, but it only affects you. Your opponent will still hear well met or greetings traveler or whatever they say. Your opponent will have everything normal. They won't know you modded it. Your side completely can be changed. I saw one guy, he had a Creparian, I think is his name, as a card.
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, he went and he modded tons of stuff. I saw this, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I lost interest because it was client side, and yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's it for Hearthstone. Diablo. Here's an update on Diablo. I'm still not looking forward to reinstalling for freaking Ashbringer.
One of my friends just came back and started playing Diablo, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the game when I played it until I got burnt out. And then I enjoyed it for Reaper until I got burnt out.
Also, the new season is what, on the 5th?
I'm expecting 2.2 to be, I believe it's the 5th. You'll know more than I will about that.
April 5, I believe, was the end date for season 2, and then they're kicking the season off the next week.
Okay, yeah, okay, so we'll say by the 12th will be 2.2, so I still have a couple weeks before I have to install. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it when I played it until burnout, and then I lost interest. It happens with me with all 3 Diablo games. This one just happened to, the burnout level got there faster. I don't know if
it happens to me with all the games. Like, I'm getting to the point where I really have to have some variety. And I wish I could get into, like, Heroes and Hearthstone and stuff, but they don't grab me enough.
Well, in terms of Hearthstone, that I can understand you not getting into that one. That's one of those, it's not really a niche, I won't say, but it's as close as we're going to get from Blizzard, pretty much. In terms of Heroes, it is a lot more fun to go with people. Especially, like, people you know, whether you're in Mumble or not, which would be advisable, especially if you're going to get into, like, PvP type stuff.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can fight bots all day long, and you'll win 90-something%. You fight other people, and you're like, holy crap, I thought I was good, but I suck. That kind of thing. So yeah, having some kind of a voice chat, especially if you're just beginning. So you'd be like, I don't understand. What do I do? I'm like, okay, this is how you play this character. This is how you should play this character. There are other options, but people have figured out this is the most optimal way. If you want to do it this other way, it's not quite as good, but if it fits your play style, run with it. That kind of thing. Same with, WoW stuff. You might not pick the most optimal stuff. I'm not saying you do. I'm just, if you don't, if it fits your play style, you'll do better than this other play style. So it's just one of those, up in the air things. But I still want to get you into Heroes with me, preferably when I have a group going, and we'll run a couple co-ops, which is bots, to get you to level 4, so you have access to all your talents. And then we'll get you in there, and I still think you'd have fun.
Someday.
Right after I get Ashbringer, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to laugh my butt off if I get Ashbringer day 1. I will hold you to that, because you just said you would do it after Ashbringer.
Okay. After Ashbringer, I will play Heroes with you. I'm going to make Colt come, so I have comedic relief.
Now, is this for Ashbringer or for Heroes?
For Heroes.
Okay, because I do know he plays a lot of Heroes.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing much Diablo.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else Diablo related? Because I got nothing. Again.
Nada, man. There's no news is good news.
Yeah.
What?
All right. So normally I wouldn't throw a Grats out for StarCraft for early tournaments, but I saw one of the best tournament finales. It went best of 7. 7 games out of 7 this past week. It was Life versus Parting. I know neither one of you guys know who these are, but they're
Nope.
two fairly big names, Life being the bigger name of the two. And this was a crazy, crazy finale. And it was, instead of going the usual, let's play safe, they went with, early on, one of them went with 2 consecutive cheese builds, which is, let's do something really weird and hope we take them by surprise just enough that we win.
And did they?
No. No, the crisis management, as it's called, for Life was way too good for Parting to do that. But it was still, I was like, it took me 3 VODs. I tried to watch it live, and I had to work the next morning, so I couldn't stay for the whole thing. I'm like, no. I got to game 5 twice. And this is how epic it was. I rewatched the same matches over and over until I finally got to see the whole series.
Oh, that's cool.
I
like
mean,
when stuff is that engaging.
Yeah, it was so much fun, and the announcers for this was so cool. It was the GSL Championship, which is Korea. The announcers that I had were English. But obviously, since it's StarCraft, the Koreans are way better than pretty much everybody else. So whenever BlizzCon comes around, you're going to see probably someone from Korea take the championship.
No.
I know.
No.
Shocker.
What is this blasphemy?
Yeah. What I found, besides the quality of the matches, Life, the guy who won, his parents were actually in the audience watching him play. I'm like, oh, I hope if he knows, I hope that he's okay with it, because to me that would be distracting.
They're probably just glad that he's not playing in the basement anymore.
Well, here's the thing. Even if he was in the basement, that one tournament brought him $40,000.
Nice. I say that when I'm sitting in a basement right now, but
Yeah.
it's my own basement.
Yeah.
And I'm not playing StarCraft.
Just watching they had the map up on the screen, and then bottom left, bottom right, they had the people every now and then, and usually it was just the map and they didn't show them playing, but every now and then they did, and you could see their fingers moving so fast. I was like, holy cow.
I love it. Gets mesmerizing watching them key all that stuff.
Yeah, I was like, and this is why I lose. Because I mean, I can do it short periods of time. But some of these games lasted 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, holy cow. And they're doing it the whole time, yeah.
You know what I wonder? These guys that do these big tournaments and get the big money. I wonder if they get, do you get the attention of some women folk? You get, like the athletes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, basically, for our version is pro sports. Their version is StarCraft.
Like I know, all of South Korea is super into their games, and to a point to where it makes the U.S. look like summer camp. But that's interesting. Like this guy is like the equivalent of LeBron James.
They get groupies, yes.
Yeah, the Hearthstone streamers have huge groupies.
Yeah.
I need to start playing Hearthstone or move to Korea.
No, you can be American. There's some Americans with some groupies.
Sweet.
Yeah. They
even have clubhouses for them. They have all the teams have team houses, so all the streamers live together in the same house in the same area.
I regret not remembering the streamer who was doing this, but I was actually in a chat watching a game. It was Hearthstone last year at some point, and one of the chat members offered to sleep with the streamer.
Oh!
Yeah, in chat.
Oh!
And I was like, what? I don't care how good he is. That's no.
Oh.
Whether they took it up or not, I have no idea. I don't know anything beyond that particular tidbit for that thing, yeah.
There's a lot of drama in Hearthstone about girls and the streamers. It's funny, actually, to watch.
I'm just, whatever. I enjoy the gameplay and the commentary. I don't want to sleep with any of the streamers. Admittedly, I haven't found a really engaging female streamer, so that might be part of it, but...
Thought you were about to say it, dude. You had me scared for a minute.
But, I mean, I enjoy the actual game part of it and the commentary on it, not the, I want to sleep with you, will you? No.
I don't necessarily want to sleep with any of them, but there's ones I think that they're, like, cute, as in, like...
There's no good way that this could go.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
I'm
think
too
some
old.
of them are...
They're like little boys.
Yeah. But,
Tell you what, there's some female streamers out there that are pretty easy on the old eyes.
Yeah, like that one I posted in GroupMe.
How'd I miss that?
Oh, you saw it. You said she was vile. She had, like, surgery done in certain places.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was disgusting.
I'm picking up what you're putting. Oh, yeah, okay, now I remember. Yeah.
It was so bad.
I don't mind. Well, that's not the right way to put it.
You don't mind that one? I'll go find her stream for you.
No. I'm ignoring that.
Future lower back problems.
Right.
The gender of the streamer has never been why I've watched a stream.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have always gone by other people recommending how many people are watching and what game they're playing. If it happens to be a guy, it's a guy. If it happens to be a girl, it's a girl.
I like watching Hafu. She's cute. Not like cute like that. Like she's funny cute. I don't know how to describe it, but she's entertaining to watch.
I've just attraction has never factored into who I'm gonna watch stream. That's all I'm saying. Admittedly, I'm not the typical, apparently, from what I've gathered in Twitch chat, the typical guy, but...
Speaking of streamers, a shout out to Towley for his surgery this week. He lost over 200 pounds. It was like 250 pounds. So he had...
Congrats there.
Yes, huge congrats on that. And he had corrective surgery to take away his man boobs, and he is like super happy about it and all stuff. So, congrats to him.
Yep.
He's been posting pictures of his surgery. It was quite
Interesting.
Well, I learned a new word. You know how there's NSFW, not safe for work?
Mhm.
Well, there's
Yes.
apparently NSFL, which is not,
Not
safe
for life.
life or lunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I never thought about the
I've-
lunch.
So he was like, this is NSFL, and then in brackets he's like, not safe for lunch, because it was pictures of his surgery.
Well, I will say congrats to you, sir, Tally.
Mhm.
And at that, I'm just going to move on to heroes. Just because I don't want to run over too long, and I have a feeling we're going to.
No, we never do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we wanted to do something new this week, and yeah, it's going to run a little long, but if that's okay with you guys, that's cool. So anyway, heroes, Sylvanas came out, Tomb of the Spider Queen came out. Yes, I bought Sylvanas, $13.11 for the bundle. The first character I've bought with cash. Overall, she's a ton of fun, first off. Overpowered, especially when you're trying to siege towers and stuff, because she will stun towers, which is amazing. But overall, the entire week, or since she came out, it hasn't been the entire week, she has been in over 95% of the matches I've been in, whether I've been her or not. Like, I got up to level 5, and then I went back to Abathur because I'm trying to grind out that last level. Which takes forever.
So a lot of people are playing her.
Yeah, she is definitely the flavor of the week, which is to be expected because she's new. But, yeah. So there's that. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Small map. It's not a bad map. The first time I went through, I played as Sylvanas, and it was co-ops of bots. And I literally didn't see another person or the bots at all. I went through and I just stayed on my lane and took out the towers all the way to the end, and my entire group pushed my lane at the end.
Cool.
So yeah. Free this week, Anubarak, who sucks, by the way. Arthas, Kerrigan, Malfurion, Vala, the Diablo one. Nazeebo, if you're account 12, and Thrall if you're 15. Those are your free ones this week. Other than that, I've been having a ton of fun, even on the maps that I've lost.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Having fun when you play.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing Sylvanas against other people, and the one guy was, basically telling me I'm a noob and all that, and I need to go kill myself because I wasn't playing her optimally or something. I'm like, dude, I'm getting 1 frame per second right now. There is nothing I can do. So yeah, because I was disconnect, reconnect nonstop for that entire match. I'm like, guys, I'm so sorry. So yeah,
It just sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Which I knew that kind of thing's out there. I played League a couple times. Admittedly, I uninstalled the game, but still. Yeah. Other than that, there's no real heroes. I mean, patch galore was out, so if you like a hero, you might want to read the patch notes. Something changed. And in some cases, a whole lot of things changed. Yeah, Overwatch. So I know you guys don't play heroes. I just skipped right ahead to Overwatch. They threw out a couple pictures this past week for the Gibraltar map. It looks interesting. I'm still looking forward to it. The only real thing I'm dreading with Overwatch is they're going to make me pay to play as Reaper.
Oh, he's not a free to play?
Nobody knows how they're doing it yet.
So then how do you know if he's going to be paid?
I don't. I'm just dreading that if they do like a doo-doo. I knew it was coming.
Doo-doo.
I knew it was coming, Lat. I just think that if they go the heroes route or anything like that, where you get certain free ones and you have to pay to unlock other ones or keep him permanent and whatnot, that he will not be one of the free ones off the bat.
Ah.
Because I would have no issue with being like, shut up, take my money. And I don't want it. I'd rather, in-game currency if it's like that. But I will throw money at it if I have to. He's the one that I want to play most. I'm not saying he'll be the only one I ever play. I will play all of them. Because you never know, there might be, like, say, I might fall in love with McCree's playstyle, or the robot, or whoever. But my focus right now, at least, is on him, just because he looks the coolest and has the coolest abilities. Minus traces zip around everywhere. Widowmaker is also on my list of who I want to play.
That's the chick, right?
Yeah, that's the sniper chick, yeah.
Yeah, she looks crazy.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know, for whatever reason, those kind of games I like playing as the quote-unquote bad guys. But that's me. You guys have anything Overwatch related you want to say or anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Scharlett?
No.
No. Okay. So that's that. What we were gonna do, we didn't really decide where we were gonna do it, but knew this week we were gonna have a discussion topic. We pretty much had decided on, is min-maxing really worth it for this week's topic? Before I get into my thoughts, because I might ramble a bit, Scharlett, I want to hear what you have to say about it first, because I know you said earlier that you might not have as much as the two of us.
Well, I think it used to be more valuable than it is now, because there's not so much stuff you can do on that regards. Like, you can't reforge, there's not as many gems, your socket chances are, just if. I would say at this point, no. But again, I haven't been raiding as much this time, so I could be wrong on that.
This is just me jumping in. This is not my actual thought on the issue. For what you said, that actually, to me, says it's more important to do it because you have less chance to do it. You have less gem sockets, less stuff you can enchant. I mean, one gem is, you get two. We'll say if you have 3 gem sockets, that's almost another piece of gear. So to me, that says, with what you had mentioned, it's more important to do it than less important. But again, that's just me throwing that out there. What about you, Lat? What do you think?
So here's my take on min-maxing. First off, it's up to the player. Do you have the desire? Some people are super number crunchers. I'm one of those people. If I know these are my good stats, these are my bad stats, I'm going to do whatever I can to maximize the good, minimize the bad. The essence of min-maxing. However, the other kind of tangent is the environment in which you play requiring it. So if you join a raid team that says you must play to the fullest extent of your job in your class, then yes, min-maxing is absolutely required. I don't think that it is of the importance to where for the vast majority of raid teams, it's going to make or break your raid experience or whether or not you're going to kill the boss. There's just not enough weight to it anymore. But for those competitive, mythic caliber, World 100, maybe even up to World 500 teams, absolutely. Otherwise, I leave it in the player's hands.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, to be honest. The exception is if you are playing something that you're not able to have fun with because you don't have the stats you need and thus you change specs. As an example, my mage. I would much rather play fire. I don't have the stats to do it. Even with the buff, I can't, until I get my 4-piece, I cannot play as fire. It is not worth it in terms of numbers. For my mindset, it will not be fun for me to play as fire until I have X amount of gear. So I am stuck playing Arcane because Frost sucks. And I hate Arcane. It is the... I don't care how they changed it. It is still horrible for me. But I have to play it to keep up my numbers so that I can actually stay raiding on my mage, even though I'd rather play as fire. That being said, I don't think I would get benched if I played fire and my numbers were lower, but it won't be fun for me. My paladin, I will min-max the crap out of that character because that is my main. That is how my mindset goes for my main. It is a progression-driven tune. If I am not on a fairly decent progression pace on that character, I am not happy. So, as an example, and I'm not saying anything bad about former raid team Orcbusters, I was getting really, really frustrated with the progression pace, which, understandably, everybody was. But it was one of those things where I didn't want to log in for raid because I was like, well, we're just going to wipe on this early stuff. I don't want to be there for that. I will come in later and kill stuff later. And then but in my case, I can't do that because I like raiding too much. I want to be there for first kill, that kind of thing. So it was one of those things where my mind was conflicting with itself. And yeah, it was just every week I'd get there and I'm like, oh god, it's raid night. But at the same time, yeah, it's raid night. And yeah, I mean, I min-maxed the crap out of what I could do with my paladin. I don't know how hardcore other people got with min-maxing. I didn't care. As long as people put out the required numbers as a minimum, cool. It's just, yeah, it was just one of those things. I don't know how else to explain it. I was looking forward to and dreading and hoping just one night something will click and okay, boss down, boss down, boss down, boss down, like what we should have been doing. And it just, something just never clicked, or I don't know, the engine just didn't turn over for this expansion.
Right.
Shout out to them though. They're 5 out of 10 heroic now on the new team Busted.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually got a whisper from my heels the other day saying, hey, we got 5 out of 10 heroic, and I'm like, dude, that's awesome. And then I was like, that's really funny to me and ironic. And then he told me how many people were left out of Orcbusters. I'm like, oh, that's not as funny and ironic to me anymore because there's only like 5 of you guys.
Yeah.
That makes...
I'm really happy for him though. I'm glad they're able to pick it back up.
Yeah, I'm glad that they were able to pick it back up and keep going. I mean, you and I are slightly further. We're at 9, and we've gotten to phase 3 on Blackhand now.
I think Blackhand dies Sunday. Well, sorry, Monday, because we're gonna clear back up to him on Sunday.
It's possible to get. I mean, the way things have been going, we didn't have all the DPS this past week.
Yep.
We'll get to him on Sunday and maybe get a couple pulls in. Cool. I need to actually get a hold of the raid leaders and say, hey, I can't be there until break time because my work will not alter my schedule for the weekend.
Ugh, bastards.
I had someone willing to do it, and they're like, no, we're not doing it.
What?
Yeah, and if they don't do it, we can't do it, so.
That's lame.
Yeah, it happens. So I'm going to miss like the first half of raid night, both nights. So I'm hoping we get there Sunday, and I'm hoping we kill them Sunday.
What's your raid times? What times do you guys raid? I forget.
For me, it is 9 to 1.
It's a 6 to 10 server.
Yeah.
What days though? Sorry.
Sunday, Monday.
Sunday, Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, having known that I couldn't make the raid team on time, I could have tried to pug into another group. I was like, I'll just go do LFR. I don't want to deal with a pug. So I did all the LFR bosses for my legendary stuff, and then I just kind of said, okay, done. The only other thing I did in WoW, getting off discussion topic, I got Nat Peggle.
Yay!
Woot.
Yeah.
I was online when you got that. Woot!
Well, you were online when I got the achievement that unlocked the ability to get him, but yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, there was a couple more things you got to do. You got to fish up a lunker. He gives you a lure. Fish up a lunker out of every zone. Yeah, that's not fun.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, I spent 7 hours that day just fishing.
Ugh.
I was like, you know what? I've been slacking on achievements. Going back. I'm doing these achievements. I'm going to get some more points. But yeah, getting back to discussion topic about min-max, it's really up to the person and the situation. But for me, I do it. I can't not do it. I've tried.
Pretty much how I am.
Yeah. I mean, my paladin, obviously, I focus a lot more hardcore on. My mage, I actually switch specs so that I can suck less. No, if you're not fire with gear, mage DPS tends to blow. Even, yeah, my Death Knight, who basically is an LFR tank only, unless I plug into like with Swayze or something, which I can actually do this next week, I think, if he wants me. Unrelated tangent. I still min-max that. I would say 90%. Like I will go to a website and like ask Mr. Robot and am I doing okay? And if it's like at 99 something, I'm like, okay, good enough. If I have to gem or chant something, if it's a decent enough upgrade, I'll do it.
But is that min-maxing?
Using like Ask Mr. Robot and following like your stat priorities and stuff, yes, that is considered min-maxing.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I thought it was like, I don't know what I thought. I thought it was something different. I thought everyone already did that, so I thought min-maxing was something different.
No, that's a easy version of min-maxing. Old school min-maxing is doing it yourself and figuring it out. I mean, doing the proper rotation is min-maxing.
Right.
Knowing when to use your cooldowns is min-maxing. Proper gear itemization is min-maxing. I mean, all these things thrown together is technically min-maxing. That being said, I would think that at this point, if you're raiding, a certain level of min-maxing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
But are you going to go full bore, lower your head, and run and hope that there's no wall ahead of you? Kind of min-maxing.
That's how I roll.
Yeah. That's for my paladin in particular, that's how I am. I will find, like, even though there's no quote-unquote breakpoints, there still are for some classes.
Right.
In my case, yes. Rep paladins have that 15% haste. Yes, that is a breakpoint. I will stay near that, and that was loud. I got thirsty. I'm getting thirsty. When I get them talking, I'm gonna have a drink.
Hydrate.
Yes. So yeah, I will be a lot more hardcore, especially on my paladin when it comes to the min-maxing thing. But even on my warlock, who is so far behind on gear, who I am not rating on anything outside of LFR period, I am still finding myself doing a bit of min-maxing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the obvious, hey, this is a 630 piece that I'm still wearing. Hey, this is a 665 out of my garrison mission. I wonder if it's better. Yes. The answer is yes. 30 item levels, the answer is always yes.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's pretty much player, situation, level of min-maxing. That's my thoughts on it. I'm right there with you, Lat. And with that, I think we're going to call it a show, because we are now a bit over an hour.
Yeah.
So we didn't run too long.
No.
We did all right.
It went pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, given, lack of Diablo news, again.
That's Diablo.
Freaking Ashbringer. Just keep in mind, you said after I get Ashbringer, you were playing Heroes with me.
It's gonna happen. I'm a man of my word.
Okay. All right, so I say we will get ready to get out of here. Do you guys have any shout-outs you want to do for the week?
Shout out to Busted. I miss you guys. I want to raid.
I'll echo that. Shout out to all the guys in Busted, especially the former OB folks. I do miss the people, and I'm really, really happy to hear that they're having some success now. That's good.
Yeah.
Warms my heart.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely overdue, and honestly, it couldn't happen to some of the nicest people I've met in game.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Here.
Yep.
I don't know. That's it.
Yep.
I saw it in a movie. No.
Yeah. My personal shout out is gonna go. I'm just gonna cheese it and say TAI for not benching me.
Yay.
Other than that, I'm gonna give a shout out to Nate of CTR, who is the raid liaison. We actually did my interview for a position as a raid liaison this week.
Sweet. I saw his thing on Twitter, so.
Yep. So I'm gonna supposedly hear back probably next week on whether or not I get a spot, and I will get to learn some of the back end stuff of how the guild works. Instead of just being a peon, I would actually be an officer. Ooh.
Ute.
But yep. Other than that, I'm just gonna one last shout out to the greeters of CTR, and then I'll even be so nice as to give a shout out to the AIE people who are on the other huge mega guild that I know of, because it is not an easy thing. I can't imagine to have guilds of that size.
Yeah.
It's like managing a workforce. It really is.
Where people find you.
They will find me right now in my bedroom. Oh, you mean online?
That.
He went there.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. You can find me on Twitter at Draven Dresden, YouTube at Draven Dresden, Facebook Draven Dresden. Pretty much.
Sensing a theme.
I decided a long time ago that if I got into podcasting / YouTubing anything, I was going to sign up everywhere I could. Gmail, Draven Dresden, by the way. And that was just a combination of names, more accurately, that was given to me by people, because I just went by D. Yes.
Yeah, I like Draven Dresden a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Cool.
But,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
If anybody wants to find me, I don't really stream that much, but it's twitch.tv/WillGSX. On Twitter, I am at CTR_Lateralis. That's LATERALUS. And also, Grumpy Cat.
Not again. All right, go ahead.
Like a good neighbor, stay over there.
Yep.
Oh, that's cute. I am Scharlett on Twitter, so it's at Scharlett_CTR, and that's about it. Also, I was watching the people I favorited on Twitch the other day, and I did catch your stream.
My stream?
Yes. Well, I saw it in my favorites. I didn't actually click on it.
So I saw you were streaming, and instead
I
of
saw you were streaming, but I didn't want to watch it.
I went to bed. I've been going to bed at 7 p.m. No lie.
she just
Well.
grumpy catted you.
She really did. I saw your stream. I didn't watch it.
I would if I wasn't so tired of getting up at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Usually I stream RTAI runs, and it's pretty late, so I understand your hatred.
I haven't been
What's a hate?
streaming because of the whole Twitch password stream key change thing that they did. With the that, so I have to update all my stuff for that. But
Yeah, basically they got hacked or something, didn't
they thought that there was a possibility of being hacked. So yeah. So yeah, we're always looking for new discussion topics. You can send that to podcastepicfail@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, epicfailpodcast.com, and Twitter, podcastepicfail, and get a hold of us. Give us feedback. I'm still trying to get iTunes to not suck butt. So yeah. And Stitcher, I'm still trying to work on. I got to get with you at some point this week, Lat.
What?
Not like that. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Oh.
I need to talk to you about stuff, tech stuff.
All right.
If
Code
you hear
words.
purring,
Yeah.
my cat is near the mic, so
Okay.
that might be caught.
Okay, we'll talk sometime this week about tech stuff.
Yeah.
Make that happen.
All right. So anyway, this has been episode 6 of Epic Fail, and we will see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
Like a good neighbor.
Okay, bye.
You stop. Sound like a Furby.
You know, the world could always use more heroes.